Let's start with just a little chanting first. And then we'll reposition ourselves now, cut into the yoga class. So we're going to do some Om Namah Shivaya. We had a day of just a lot happening, and Shiva is the great eradicator. So now let's take everything that just happened and let's just let it go. It's just that simple. How do you let something go? You just open your hand. So, sitting up nice and tall, let's take a deep breath in. Easy breath out. Take a deep breath in. Let's start with 3 ohms. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Deep inhale in. One long Om. Feeling the spine nice and long. Let your breath return to normal, noticing the inhales and the exhales. And just notice what thoughts come up. Notice what sounds, notice what distractions, and just be with them. Don't try to change them or do anything with them. Yesterday we had a class about beginnings, and suddenly it hit me to have a class about endings. Because this isn't the end. It's just an end. We're finishing out our second pre-show day, and we've had all this happen, and it is coming to an end. So notice what that feeling of an ending feels like. And inhale that in. And then exhale and let that go. Let this breath end. Let it complete. Oh, and then this inhale happens. Okay. And then the exhale begins, and we let it out, and we let it go, and we let it end. Let it be an ending. Let it be a glorious ending. And then inhale in whatever comes up, whatever happens, whatever thoughts, distractions, or worries. Exhale and let it end. Let it go. Let it be, and then let it end. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your practice cultivate enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the mouth. May your practice cultivate enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the heart. May all of your practices cultivate an enlightened heart. Feel that breath and let it end. So we've been sitting for just a little while. It's the end of the day. We're winding down. So let's just really take it easy. Let's let the feet come out in front of us. You can keep a little cushion under you if you'd like, or you can get rid of it. Really flex the toes back towards you. Feel that second toe lined up with the ankle, knee, and hip on either side. Really sitting up tall. Feel that length in the spine. And then just start to find our way out to a nice, easy Paschimottanasana. We're not even warm. Well, it's the end of the day, so we might be a little warm. But just wherever that is, hold on wherever you may. And we're going to take an inhale, shine the heart up. Exhale, round it down, pull against your legs. Inhale coming up. Exhale and round. You can start to move a little faster, a little slower. I would encourage you to close your eyes for this one and really get into this sensation of what happens to my feet. Are they still active? Are they still pulling back? Am I still finding that length with every inhale, every exhale, finding that huge in and then that complete release and ending. So it's continuing with this idea of ending. Let each stretch be an ending. Really pull it in, feel that full and complete pull in, that full beginning, and then that full and complete ending. And yeah, it might feel a little strange. We're probably starting to get some strange sensations through our spinal cord, some strange sensations through our toes, still noticing the gong each minute, still noticing the breath. Exhaling it out, letting it release. Let it end, let it go. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, let it out. Inhale, pull it up. And exhale, let it out. Now this time, roll up. Pull the knees into your chest and find that little spot where you can float between your tailbone and your sits bones. Very nice. Sit up nice and tall. Notice that little curve that starts to happen. We start to close off the heart and collapse down. Still feel nice and tall. And then bring the shins parallel to the earth, hands right under the knees. And start to straighten the legs as much as you'd like, but notice if you start to round through the low back, we're starting to drop down into our SI joints. So we really want that to be long, the heart be open. Still finding that same deep inhale and long exhale. Let go of Paschimottanasana, let go of that ending, and let this new breath come in. Maybe we release the hands and reach down, really using that core. Stopping anywhere along the way. We don't have to kill ourselves right here in the beginning. Let's just find a nice, easy way to find this ending, to find this end of our day, the end of each breath. Very nice, you guys. Now let's take one more inhale in, maybe reaching it all up. And as we exhale, take it all the way around, back behind you. Come down to our forearms, nice Sphinx pose. You untuck the toes. And just a real easy, just starting to wake up the core. You can rock from side to side. You can turn the gaze from side to side. Starting to feel that ease. Really using this as a way to wind down, a way to end the day. How do we want to end our own day? And then let's tuck the toes and bring the hands right under the shoulders, back toward our ribs, elbows in toward each other. Engage the core. Inhale up for plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, moving forward to plank. Keep that core engaged. Keep pressing down all the way through your foundation. Exhale, heading back, downward dog. Inhale, moving forward to plank. Exhale, downward dog. This time, let's walk the hands back toward the feet until your heels are easily down on the earth. So you might only be 2 feet from your feet with your hands. And then reach the right hand back for the outside of the left ankle. And see if you can gaze under that left tricep. Yeah, just a little twist. There you go. Nice. Still breathing, still those deep breaths. Feel these sensations and then let these sensations in. Let's move over to the other side. Long inhales, long exhales. And let's place both hands. Let's walk all the way back to our feet, hip distance apart, little bend in the knees, and really releasing the whole torso. You can clasp opposite elbows if you'd like. Maybe interlacing the hands behind the back, however you'd like to really release the torso. Feel that same long inhale and long exhale. Very nice. We're going to bring the hands to the shins, and then inhale coming halfway up. Exhale, release a little deeper. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, release a little deeper. Inhale halfway up. Exhale and release it down. On your next inhale, let's bend deeply into the knees. Reach the fingers up, Utkatasana. Nice little chair pose. Really let the feet stay at hip distance apart. So still with that second toe lined up with the ankle, knee, and hip on each side. Feel that weight transferring more and more back toward the heels. Feel the arms reaching. Try and get that chest a little higher. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take the right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Now the knees are so far apart, and see if you can keep them there. So we're going to be really engaging by pulling the heels toward each other, keeping them engaged, keeping the knees lined up with the hips. Notice if they're collapsing in toward each other, and try to press back out onto that right elbow. And then inhale, coming back to chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, left elbow, right thigh. Same deep breaths. Letting each moment go, letting each breath end. Not holding on to any sensations or feelings or thoughts. Then on an inhale, coming back one last time, chair pose. Exhale, lead with the heart, head down to the toes. Heel toe the feet out to the edges of the mat. Even on to the outside of your mat to come nice and wide. And put a nice bend in the knees. Interlace the hands behind the back. Send the pinkies down toward the earth. Really let the weight of the torso go. Same deep breaths. Very nice. And releasing the hands down. And keep the feet wide. And let's come into a wide-legged downward dog. It's going to feel a little bit different. You can keep the hands at shoulder distance. And let the feet be nice and wide. And then you can bend one knee and then the other. Really get into the hips and really open it up. Very nice. And then we're going to inhale forward to plank. And then step our feet together. Use our core muscles. Bring the feet all the way back together. Same deep breaths. Get the center of the back high. Put a little bend in the elbows so we're not hyperextending. Very nice. Lengthen a little more through the crown of the head, using the core, waking it up. We're going to place the knees down at hip distance apart. Untuck the toes. Come into a nice, easy tabletop. You can let your knees be slightly behind your hips. And then inhale in, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale in reverse. Inhale in, let it begin. Exhale out, let it go, let it end, let it dissipate. Inhale in, whatever comes in, any thoughts, any sensations, worries, stresses. Exhale, let them out, let them go. Inhale in one more time. This time as you exhale, pick a direction and start to roll the whole body. Exhale. And all the way out, inhaling all the way forward. You can let your hips get involved, your shoulders. There's no wrong way to do this. Just moving through, moving with your breath, starting to get a little bit of that cyclical motion. We tend to be such a linear society. We move forward and back, left or right. And we have these wonderful ball and socket joints in our shoulders and hips that have this huge range. So really get into that range now. Keep that connection to the breath, each breath beginning and ending. And then start to head in the opposite direction, whatever opposite direction means for you right now. Finding that same deep breath. That same ease. There's no reason for us to work too hard. One of my teachers said, yoga is about trying easy, not trying hard. It's always stuck with me in my practice. Start to let the spine come back to neutral, find that nice easy tabletop. Let's turn the left toes out to the left side, so they're like a little kickstand. Take the right toes back behind us, put the right heel down, and then reach the right fingers up into a little side stretch. Very nice. Now reach that right arm up over your ear. Get really long through the right side of the body. See if you can take some of the weight out of those right toes and maybe lift those right toes up. Opening the obliques while strengthening them at the same time. Same deep breaths. Very nice. Now let's come back through center. And we're going to turn the left fingertips in and reach the right fingertips through. Find a nice opening. You can really press down with that left hand, open the left shoulder. You can reach around your back with the left hand if you'd like for the inside of the right thigh. It's not necessary, but it sometimes helps to just open up that space behind the heart just a little bit more. Same deep breaths. Maybe still saying to yourself, I breathe in, I am with my inhale. I breathe out, I am with my exhale. And then I let it end. I let it dissipate. Slowly unwinding, coming back through center, placing the hands down in tabletop. And let's tuck the toes for a moment. And we're going to lift the knees just an inch above the earth. This is going to start to engage our core. Still try and pull your hands in toward each other. Engage all the way up through your pectorals. And then notice when the work tries to transfer to your low back. And see if you can get your low back a little higher, a little more round in the spine, and really use that core. Same deep breaths. Again, trying easy, not trying hard. Very nice. Gently place the knees down, right toes out to the right side, left toes reach back, heel comes down, reach the left fingers up. Ooh, that is interesting on my motorcycle accident knee, but alright. We're just going to be with that and let it end, and then reach the left fingers up over the ear, and find our breath again. Something that's so important about this practice and so important about finding each breath is that we be vulnerable, we be honest, and be really honest with ourselves. Maybe we lift the left toes, maybe we don't. Maybe we just find that balance. Find that breath. Being right where you are, because that's the only place you can be. Very nice. Coming back through center. Tabletop, turn the right fingers in, reach the left fingers through. Nice deep breaths. Very nice. Giving yourself some time, some space. I love taking the time on this second side to not think so much about the biomechanics or the what am I doing or why am I doing it, but just to be in it. So nice that we have these two sides of our body, so we get to do everything twice. And coming back through center. Let's tuck the toes. Come into plank. Take an inhale in. Exhale down, chaturanga, shoulders way out over the fingertips, elbows in. Inhale through and up, your back bend of choice. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Bring that right foot forward, still that second toe lined up with the ankle, knee, and hip on each side, keeping all of that alignment. Bring a little pillow with the left side of the mat, or grab a little pillow if you have one, or a blanket, or whatever you'd like, and place that back knee down. And then notice as you place that knee down, as the right hip tries to head out to the right side, pull that right hip back in and come up toward our fingertips. Let's just do some nice, easy Ardha Hanumanasana. So take an inhale in, space in the heart. Exhale, heading back, flex the right toes, crown of the head down. Inhale, heading forward. Exhale, heading back, moving nice and easy. Be kind to yourself, move with your own breath. If you want to move a little faster, a little slower than me, don't ever let me slow down or manipulate your practice to a way that it's not your practice. It's the whole point of me being here is to get as much out of the way as possible so you can find your own practice. You can be in your own space. Very nice. The next time you find yourself forward, let's just bring the hands to the hips and feel that spot as you're moving forward, that you feel that big dump into your low back. You pull back about an inch from there, engage your core, relax your shoulders, really pull that left hip forward, pull back on the right heel. It's going to engage that right hamstring, keeping all of that going and that length. Then bend into the right knee, send it a little farther forward. And then maybe the more you bend into that right knee, try to find the arch in your thoracic spine and turn the gaze up. Taking it nice and easy, nice and easy. Deep breaths. Now let's come back just a little bit, straighten that right leg out a little, bring the hands to heart center, and then we're going to take the left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. In case you haven't noticed, we're spending a lot of time in twists this evening. Twists are a wonderful way to detoxify, to get rid of, to wring out, to let go. Especially since we started with that Shiva chant, the great eradicator, staying with the breath, letting go of each thought. One more inhale in. Exhale, plant the hands. We're going to tuck the left toes, unroll the mat, place that left heel down, gently find our way into warrior two. We're just going to spend maybe 2 minutes in standing postures. We're going to really just take it easy today, this evening. Letting that ending come in, right elbow, right thigh, left arm reaches. Very nice. Inhale, heading back, peaceful warrior. Straighten that right leg. And then just a nice, easy triangle. No reason to push ourselves too far. Maybe just taking the hand to the shin. Notice if that right hip starts to unplug and stick out to the right side. Try and pull it back. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Place the hands down. Send the right foot back to meet the left. Maybe shaking out that hip. Head down through a vinyasa if you'd like. Nice and easy. And we're going to head back to downward dog or child's pose. So however you'd like, you just take a few breaths. And notice if the right side feels a little different than the left. Feel the hips, feel the shoulders. Listening to the bell. Bring that left foot forward. Make a little pillow with the right side of the mat. Place the right knee down, untuck the toes. Check that alignment with the hips all the way through. Take an inhale in. Exhale, start to move. Ardha Hanumanasana. Just keep moving through here and then really notice when we're moving back, is the hip trying to jump to one side or the other? Am I trying to avoid old injuries? Can I feel that smooth breath? Can I feel that smooth movement all the way through the hips? And just let myself be with each of these sensations. Whatever comes up, whatever sensations. Maybe it's really uncomfortable. Maybe it's really nice. And just be with that. And then let it go on the exhale. Let it end. Even though it's not the ending, it is an ending. It's an ending of a day. Coming to the ending of our time together for today. As you feel ready, hands to hips, feeling that alignment, pulling back a little bit, really feeling the freedom in this on this side, taking the time on this side. Am I still engaged? Do I feel my foundation coming up? Can I feel that freedom and opening all the way through the heart? If I'm really far into it and I can barely get a breath, then maybe I just back out a little bit. Let that need and desire, let it end, let it go. Let the breath be your guide. And come out just a little bit more, hands to heart center, right elbow, left thigh, nice twist, deep breaths. What is my mind still holding on to? No judgment, but just noticing. Where's my breath? Where's my focus, my thoughts? One more inhale in. Exhale, unwind, place the hands down, tuck the back toes, place that back heel down, let the mat unroll. Slowly, gently find our way up, warrior two. Pulling the feet in toward each other, be sure that left knee isn't collapsing in, be sure the toes are spread and grounding down. Notice if we're dumping into the low back, engage the core, lengthen through the crown of the head, and then just forget everything I just said and breathe. And left elbow, left thigh. Be kind, patient with ourselves. Long through the right side of the body. See if you can open the heart a little more toward the ceiling. And then inhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten that left leg. Reach with the left fingers. Gentle, easy triangle pose. So many of the people that I work with privately through injury, they think they have to push really hard in order to let old injuries open and to find more space and flexibility. But it's never in the push that we find the flexibility, the space. It's only in surrender. And surrender is so different from pushing ourselves. So be kind and patient with yourself. And then bend into that left knee, place the hands down, send that left foot back. You can keep that foot lifted if you'd like to release that hip and find your way down through vinyasa and back to downward dog or child's pose. Nice and easy. So let's find our way forward to plank. Place the knees down, sit gently back toward our heels. Let the feet swing around. Come into Baddha Konasana, so the soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. Sit up nice and tall. Again, yep, you can grab a cushion if you'd like. Cushions are nice for this. We're going to sit up nice and tall, grab our toes, and just gently start to pull the belly button out over the toes. So just nice and easy. If your knees are up off the ground, you can do a little bounce if you'd like. Just start to feel that opening through the hips, that easy seat. And just finding your seat. Now let the right leg come out. Keep those left toes in. Sitting up nice and tall again, belly button right toward those toes. And we find our way out. Now if you'd like, you can just release out into this pose, or you can continue what we had in Paschimottanasana and take an inhale in, find a little arch. Exhale and round. It's your choice, it's your practice. Feel your breath, feel the body. Slowly find our way all the way up. We're going to cross the left leg over the right. Take the left hand back behind us, right hand to the outside, however you'd like to find another wonderful twist. Same deep breaths. Notice the thoughts. Keep flexing that right heel. Notice your breath. So with each inhale, press down a little more with that left hand, get the spine a little longer. And with each exhale, twist just a little deeper. One last inhale in. Exhale, unwind. Now we're going to bring that right foot around so the heel comes in toward the left foot. And you guessed it, we're going to come right back into that nice little twist. So just notice how the twist has changed when that leg is bent, when that leg is straight. See if you can feel the difference of where it happens in your spine. Feel the similarities, but still feel that that last twist has ended and this new twist is here. And it's with your breath, with the length, with the ease. One more inhale in. Exhale, unwind. Take that left foot out. Right foot pulls in. Sit up nice and tall. And find our way out. Kind and patient. Move with your breath if you'd like. Or just take a little time to release out. Notice what thoughts are coming up. What distractions, what worries. No judgment, but just noticing them so that we might let them go on the exhale, let them dissipate, let them end. Slowly roll up. Right leg crosses over the left if you can. Place that whole foot down. Try and get it up above your knee, right at your quadricep. Right hand behind. Close in towards your sits bones to get tall. Pull against that leg however you'd like. Find that twist, but keep those left toes flexed. And then breathe. Long inhales, long exhales. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the breath. Ease. Graceful endings are all about ease. It's all about letting go, not holding on, not resisting. And again, don't worry about if it's the end, but it is an end. It's an end of a day. One more inhale in. Exhale, unwind. Bring that left heel in toward the right glute. Sit up nice and tall again. Try to ground down through that right foot. Take the right hand behind the back. Nice, deep twist. Long inhales, long exhales. Left heel. Left heel. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Very nice. Now let's gently find our way back through center. Now we're gonna give you two options here. If you have rather open hips, you can follow me into fire log. Otherwise, we're going to come back into Baddha Konasana. We're just going to take the heart down toward the toes. If you would like to follow me into fire log, left leg on the bottom, right leg on the top. Keep the right foot nice and flexed if you're moving into fire log, and gently keeping the heart long. Notice if that top foot's really collapsing. Try to keep it the integrity there. Deep breaths. Baddha Konasana or in fire log. I'm not going to spend a ton of time here, so if you are in fire log, let's go ahead and gently transition over to that other side. Left foot on top, right foot on the bottom. Same deep breaths, still lengthening through the spine, noticing everything that's happening around you, noticing all the distractions. I love the idea that it's easy to meditate in the middle of a forest when all you can hear is the sound of the wind and the waterfalls. The real work comes in when we can meditate in the middle of our busy lives, in the middle of a busy city, in the middle of a whole bunch of people all saying hello. And gently find our way up. Let the feet come out in front of us one last time. That spine nice and long. And start to find our way up. So, ending where we started. Breathing. Very nice. Long inhales, long exhales, maybe moving with the breath or not. This is your practice, it's your time. We're going to be here in this really uncomfortable place for just a little bit, working on, am I with each inhale and each exhale, good and bad? Am I with each of these sensations? And then can I let each one of them end? Can I let each one of them go? Very nice. How do I let go of each breath? How do I let each breath end? Keeping the head heavy, slowly find our way all the way back. We're going to come back to our elbows like we're hanging out at the beach. You can let the toes fall to the side if you'd like. If you have a more advanced variation of fish, feel free to come into that, or you can just let your head fall back, let your shoulders relax. If you'd like a little more engagement, try and send your belly button up toward the sky and the crown of the head down toward the earth. Feel that nice arch after all that forward folding. Very nice. Staying with the breath, letting go of each thought. And then release all the way back to your mat. And bend the knees, place the heels down close into your sits bones, press the heels down, lift the hips up. You can come into a traditional bridge with the hands interlaced underneath you, or a supported bridge might be nice right now, the hands under the low back. Same deep breaths. Long inhales, long exhales. Very nice. We're only going to come up once, so if you feel like getting any other back bend, feel free to grab it now. Otherwise, you can come up to the balls of your feet and roll down one vertebra at a time. If you're going to invert today, you can bring your knees into your chest and send your toes up over your head and come into plow. Otherwise, bring the soles of your feet together, let the knees fall out to the side, right hand to your heart, left hand to your diaphragm. In Supta Baddha Konasana. Very nice. Taking a little time to reset. If you are inverting, you can find your way up for shoulder stand if you like. Just be sure all the weight is in the elbows and shoulders and not in your neck. And take this as an opportunity to move back to zero. How do I let go, release, let this ending be, whatever it is, letting in all the sounds and distractions around us, not trying to block them out, but knowing that they too will end, and it will be an ending. Let's find our way to just pulling our knees into our chest. Hold the right knee in and straighten the left leg out. Pull the right knee over the body with the left hand. One final spinal twist. As we move toward our Savasana. Savasana is corpse pose. It's this ending. It's a way of letting go. And these last moments before we let go, so often we try to hold on, thinking, oh, maybe if I just hold on to this, or if I can hold on to this. But let those go, let those end. Coming back through center, pull the left knee in, pull it over the body with the right hand. Really let this final pose be that final release, that final letting go. Anything else that your body needs in this last minute? This is your practice, it's your time. But if you're ready, you can find your way out into a Shavasana, tucking the shoulder blades, hands up, toes relaxed. Or if you'd like, you can always find your way into a meditation, an easy seated position. And notice everything that your mind is trying to take with you. Notice all the sensations, noticing all the thoughts, all the distractions. And then let them go. Let each exhale be an ending. And then let the inhale just happen. Let your breath just be, let yourself just be. find our way back. Invite in this next inhale. Let the next exhale go. You can decide to stay right here, melting into your mat, or find your way back to that comfortable seated position, moving nice and slow, staying with the breath. Again, noticing the thoughts, noticing the distractions. Can you still stay with your breath? Can you let each inhale happen, each exhale begin and end? Notice if your nervous system is a little calmer, if your breath is a little easier, if your thoughts are a little further apart. And inhale, reach the arms out and up. Bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your life be filled with enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the mouth. May you always have the patience for enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the heart. May your heart have the healing it requires to live an enlightened life. Namaste. Take your time. Let this ending happen with as much grace, loving kindness, and ease as possible. As most of you know, these are all donation-based classes. We ask that you honor the suggested $15 donation if you're able, or leave whatever you can. For those of you at home, there's a little donation button on your screen, and for those of you that make it here in person, there's a little donation station on your way out. We will be live streaming here all month for all of March 2016. Just seeing if we can be present in the midst of all of this chaos, in the midst of all of the things we do, the lives we lead, the breaths we take. Can we let each one end as gracefully as possible?